Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. The channel investigate the what, why, how of ancient Chinese culture, which including ancient Buddhism's, ancient Wing Chun, ancient Qigong. So today I like to share with you on the truth of breathing. Lately, many of our Wing Chun friends ask me on the breathing. So today I like to share with you the truth. Yes, the truth, okay? It's not Hendrik's opinion, it's the truth. Why? Because one need to be able to develop that breathing. And only one know the what, why, how, the truth, one be able to develop it. So that is the truth. Now, before I start to share with you this, I like to address an issue again to all our Wing Chun friends here. This channel is to investigate what, why, how of the ancient Chinese culture and to map what the ancient Chinese teaching into science. So in this channel we deal with technicals. And because of that, please do not write me or message me, ask me about, oh, this Sifu teach this way of breathing, that Sifu teach that way of breathing. This channel is not for critics, any Sifu or like any movie stars. This channel dealing with the technical, what, why, how, not gossip, okay? And not talk about this guy is good, that guy is good. No, we talk about the technical content. So if any of our friends want me to ask, to analyze a certain technical questions, I'm welcome to it. However, I will block and also I will delete all those messages who send to me or comment under here with the name of this Sifu say this, that Sifu say that. Okay? Because this channel is not for that. This channel is a cultural channel, like in the university, a class studying culture, not about this Sifu, that Sifu, that Sifu, that Sifu. So I hope that this is clear, okay? And also, as I always said, I don't want anything to do with those martial arts school, martial arts Sifu, because this is a culture study classroom, like in the university. Got nothing to do with those who's the best fighter, who's the most authentic Sifu, all those kind of stuff. We base here on evidence, we base things here on science. Okay? Now, breathing. To really know about breathing in ancient Chinese martial art, Wing Chun, Qigong, Buddhism, Taoism, one really need to know the following. And that's why I make it a model for you. Okay? Now, we need to know that we live in a physical world. A physical world. We are living beings. We live in a physical world. Okay? Physical world. Something we can touch here. Okay? Now, within the physical world, we can model into two parts or two worlds. We can call it the intelligent world and natural world. So, as in my Wing Chun Inception, I presented that intelligent world is like the world you think, you philosophize, you have hearsays, you can writing fictions, those kind of stuff. Natural world is like the world of a baby. Baby grow up. Okay, this physical body. Now, we need to know this, okay? We live in a physical world. If I don't wake up this morning, I dead. And everything is gone, okay? So, in the physical world, you have the intelligent world and the natural world. Now, again, this intelligent world is your philosophy, your circuit design, your fantasy, your hearsay, and all kinds of stuff. Well, in the natural world, you have the 6 core element there, where your physical, your mind, your breathing, your chi, your strength, your momentum. So again, as in the Wing Chun Inception, there's a model, a C model there, the core model there. Okay? So it's Wing Chun Inception. We need to know that if we want to do a proper breathing, proper lower abs breathing, according to the ancient, okay, like according to the Shaolin short strike, then one need to be able to enter into the natural world, to get into that physiological states. One need to be able to enter into the natural world, okay, to enter into a physiological state. For example, sleeping is a physiological state. When we go to sleep, there's enter into a physiological state. Natural abs breathing is the same with that. So natural breathing is not something like here. Usually we heard these days, oh, when you breathe, you want to visualize your breathing, go here, go there. Or breathing has to accord to what the Lao Zhi of the Tao Te Ching say. Or breathing will have to be this way or that way according to this person or that grandmaster. That is nothing to do with natural lower abs or natural breathing here. Because whatever we talk about there is in the intelligent world. Either we speculate, either we just fantasize it, or either we just trying to control whatever. It is never in the natural world. It's like you can philosophize or you can talk about anything about sleep. But if you cannot get into sleep, then you cannot get into sleep. You can visualize, oh, I visualize I'm sleeping now. I visualize my entire body dissolve. And I can visualize my body become light, or my chi flow in the body, so my breathing go deep, or all kind of stuff. But if you cannot sleep, you still cannot sleep. So just since we you know, most of us here, unless we are really sick, we cannot sleep. You just go experience what is sleeping. Then you know how far is all this philosophy, Taoist, hearsays, visualization, this Sifu say this, that Sifu say that. Means, does it really get you into sleep? Or, you know, the people who cannot sleep, if people put the, what they call it, anesthesia, then they put you in the sleep, right? a certain type of sleep. Just get into this state. So we are living in a physical world. We are not living in somewhere that because of somebody said something or my philosophy or philosophy. It has to get into here. Okay? So remember, natural low abs breathing is getting here. If you cannot get into it, then you cannot get into it, disregard of what is the theory. It's like the people, you know, when you go to operations, you inject the anesthesia, then you knock you out, you go to sleep, right? It doesn't have so much theory. You have to visualize this and that and that and that. That's how it is. It is about enter into a state, a physiological state of human. That is low abs breathing. Now, when you enter into, whether you be able to enter into this physiological state or not, you can actually screen it with the physical. Because when you want to get into the state, the first thing you need to face is the physical body, and then the mind, and then only then is the breathing. And you want to talk about Qi, that is on top of the breathing. You have to enter into the state before you can do it. So it has to be this clear, okay? Not here. Not like taking Hendricks seminar or Hendricks theory, then right away you can have this. No. You need to be able to get into the natural state, handle or put your physical body into the natural state, put your mind into the natural state, put your breathing into the natural states in order to do a low abs breathing. Okay? So that's why anybody who stand in the E.G. Kamyangma, right away you screen their physical, you know whether they can do it or not. Or anybody, even they claim that they do 站桩 or they do internal art, you just look into their body, you look for that state, you know whether they can do the low abs breathing or not. That cannot cheat. Okay? An experienced person who know about how to enter into the natural low abs breathing can spot right away, see where is your breathing and whether you be able to get in or not. Just look at your physical body. So in order to get to the natural low abs breathing, you need to have the physical body conditions develop, your mind, and then get into the breathing. Disregard of it is yoga, it is the Chinese, Qigong, Taoist, Buddhist, whatever. You cannot get away from that. Now if you say, well, I manipulate my breathing, try to breathe really deep, you know, take a very long breathing, breath, or long inhale or long exhale. Well, those are not natural lower abs breathing. Those are something in here, in the intelligent world, where you try to manipulate. And whatever about the manipulating is, one need to know the reason and the result, what you want for that physical manipulation. Say if I want to make a fist, I make a fist like that. So the result is I want to make a fist. But this is not return this entire thing into natural. Okay, this is making a fist. If I want to return my body to natural, let it go back to the natural, let it recover and so forth, I need to enter here. It's like I can make a fist by manipulation, but I cannot go to sleep by manipulations. Okay? You need to be really, really clear on this. This is the truth. If you cannot get into this natural world, There's no way you'll be able to handle qi. No way. And in fact, today, if you look at it, most people couldn't even handle the physical. Most people couldn't even handle the physical because they have no idea on this model, and they just trying to manipulate, following some philosophy or hearsay or whatever people's speculations. And you can see that many people today, not even just today, for hundreds of years, they have no idea on this thing. So they just playing around here. Okay? You know that they cannot get it there. So unless we know this, then we clear where we are. Then we can develop that stuff. Otherwise, you cannot develop it. So you might ask, well, Hendrik, you say so. Why do I have to believe you? Why I don't want you to believe me? Why? This is a summary of what the ancient teaching is about. Once you have this, you have the process, you can get into the lower abs breathing really fast. A few hours to experience it, and then you can develop it, continue to develop it, and refine it. Not guessing for one lifetime, okay? Not arguing for philosophy here. So, this is using today's language to telling what is the teaching within the Anapanasati of Buddha. Everybody talk about this Anapanasati meditation and so forth of the Buddha. Okay? And Anapanasati is dealing with breathing. And that Anapanasati, when 1,500 years ago, so forth, come to China, it of course influenced Shaolin, it influenced the Chinese, Taoists, the Qigong, and the like 峨眉十二庄. And so the 1850 Shilin Tao, because it's have two sources, one is from Shaolin, from the Buddhist part, and the 峨眉 is a fusion of the Buddhist and Taoist. It follow all the same thing. So this is all follow all the same thing. And that's why in my books, the Wing Chun Matrix and the Wing Chun Inceptions, whatever the basic of the teaching here, I present it in this model and in details with the process here, including the Qi and so forth, and also be able, if one can get into the natural resonance, the natural world or not, one can verify scientifically, okay, with your heart rate data, and so forth, okay. So that is the truth of it. Without this kind of thing, be able to handle this, well, either one get locked in here forever, or by some reason one can get in here and then the next day go back there. So the entire practice is not stable, and one really don't know how to get it all the time, to evoke it. While the real deal, one need to get into here very specific, because it was trained, the guy is trained, can get it at any time one wants, okay. So that's why this is important. So it's not about which grandmaster say what, and which religion say what, or which Qigong say what. This is the bottom line. Can you handle the physical, the mind, the breathing? And then only after that, you go to the Qi and so forth, so forth. So if we just say, okay, you just mimic this. This is an internal. This is meditation. You have to sit in the lotus posture. So forth, so forth. You are not likely to get in. That's why today, you look at in the world, today's world, how many people in today's world practice anapanasati? Practically everybody today is talking about mindfulness in Buddhism. In your cell phone apps, you have the meditations, the breathing, counting, breathing, the Buddhist meditation, those kind of stuff. But the reality is, if you really be able to get into this thing, you know that they cannot get in. For example, you sit down there, you say, I'm going to put myself in the lotus posture. And then I start counting my breath. I guarantee you, most likely you will never get it. And not only that, you might create stress for yourself. Why? Why do I say so? Because your body has to be conditioned, put it into the natural world. If your body is not conditioned, you sit in the lotus posture, that gives you stress already. The second thing, when you're counting your breath, you are in this natural world. You're counting, using your mind. Over here is you're dropping your mind, you get inside here. When you want to get here, you drop in the mind, okay? It is described very clearly in the Wing Chun Inception, okay? So you get in here. Now, you look at all people who practice anapanasati in this world. They can get in. Everybody is talking about, oh yeah, this feels so good, but so good. Really? We know that in the ancient, the Chinese taking pose to track or to monitor how far you get in. Taking pose, okay? So when you really get in, say your heart rate will go down, your breathing rate will decrease, okay? So today, as in the Wing Chun Inception, we are using this fitness tracker to track. You can track the heart rate, the breathing rate, okay? Heart rate variability, so I know whether I get in or not. That's why this is a very important book, because now the ancient put in today's language or modeling, and then you'll be able to verify it with this. And it is already proven all around the world. If you really be able to do the lower abs natural breathing or natural lower abs breathing, the heart rate will go down, the breathing rate will go down after a while of practice. That is the basic of Qigong. That is the base of anapanasati. That is the base if you want to be mindful. Okay? So mindful is nothing to do with this philosophy, reading scripture and those kind of stuff, or whatever, whoever say what. So this is the truth of breathing. If you want to have healing or strengthening body, or in today's word, deep recovery, deep rest recovery, you need to get into it. And you can check it actually with today's instrument. So this is about breathing. So this answer all the questions Wing Chun asked me about. This Sifu saying you have to train breathing that this way, that Sifu this way, that way, that way. Well, the truth is this is the bottom line. Okay. If the Sifu follow this, you will get result. If the Sifu do not follow this, if what you learn do not follow this, then you're not going to get result. Or as what I say, that you can get really unstable result. We know it today, and that's why I like to use scientific stuff. One don't need to waste a lifetime to guess. This is 2 hours you can get it. 2 hours. If you follow the Wing Chun inceptions process, the N1 process, you can get it in a few hours to enter into here. And only after enter here, if the physical get into the natural world, then the mind will quiet down, then the breathing will settle, and then after a while, the breathing will get deep. Okay? So this is to share with you. And of course, when you want to go breathing like in the Wing Chun, this Shaolin Sword Strike Cannon, where you want to use it in martial arts, that's why I have tools. I have tools, presenting tools here, so that one be able to get in here. So you see all these tools there? I use a stick tools there. So we use technology to get in. We use technology to verify. So anybody who can do this natural lower abs breathing, disregard of where in this world, they will tell you the same thing. And their scientific verifications will be in the same directions. Only certain people might have a better result, but they all have to have result. Okay? And they all have to have a stable handling. So there's no, because of me, in my opinion, in my interpretation. No. Everybody who get there will tell you the same thing. Only is who is deeper than who. And that's because we are human. Okay, everybody is different. Also depend on how much work you put inside there. So now Anapanasati, we know the basic line. Okay. Again, as what I said, usually you look at people who teach Qigong, meditation, so forth, because their physical body is not conditioned or put back into the natural world. Their breathing is either they will not get it, disregard how they try, or they once a while by accidents, by chance they get some, but they will never be able to very stably handle it with quality. And that means you still don't have the Kung Fu. If you have the Kung Fu, meaning I want it this way, I get it right away. Okay? So even when one is sick, one will get into the directions. Even the physical body is changing. One might not get the as good result as usually when one is healthy. However, one still be able to get into the directions. So this is to share with you today. Okay? Don't take me lightly when I say this is textbooks. Because if you want to translate everything here, good luck. How many decades do you think we get people who really know the subject to translate it? Not to mention today, people don't know the subject. So when they translate, it's only create more chaotic situations. And this is just, you just get it, you just get the essence, you just put it into today's language, into scientific verifications. And so reading that will make one have the basic, be able to translate this thing later on if one like to.